Welcome to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy. My guest today has spent the past 7 seasons playing for the Portland Trail Blazers. This season, they reached the Western Conference Finals for the first time in nearly 2 decades. Meyers Leonard, it's so good to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Thanks for having me.
I mean, I know things did not exactly work out the way you would have liked to, so where are you at with it right now?
Well, obviously for our team, it was a tough end of the season, but we had an amazing run. That's the truth about it.
Yeah.
And for me personally, obviously the last couple of games were a bit crazy, but now I'm just settled in LA and ready for off-season training. But, you know, losing is never fun, but now you find ways to get better and improve in the off-season and come back as a team ready to go.
Dame's game-winning shot, that was insane. Do you remember exactly what you were thinking, where you were when that shot went in?
Absolutely. I was standing on the sideline, and he's worked very closely with one of our assistants, David Vanterpool, and we've all been in Portland for 7 years now. Dame and I were drafted together. And I just remember we got the rebound and Dame got the ball, and there was about 10 seconds on the clock, I believe. And he's dribbling with about 7 seconds to go, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's using his float dribble trying to, to see what Paul George is going to do. And I knew in my head, because Dame and I shoot before the game together, that range is easy for him. Truly, it is. So
where he was,
absolutely.
Okay.
Now the step back, a little more difficult, of course, but that's in his range, and he works throughout the summer on that. And like I said before the game, so so I'm sitting here watching him, just dribble, and all of a sudden he knew exactly how much space he needed to get away from Paul, who's a very elite defender. And when he put it up, I'm like, man, this is a deep shot. But the way he described it to me was he didn't want to put it in the referee's hands, and he wanted to take the shot. So he put it up, and I mean, it went through the net, and in my head, I was like, oh my God, that really went in. And we all just, stormed the court. But a really cool piece of that is his brother and sister, who he is very close with, were right there at the half court. So that's a pretty special moment for him and for our team. So it was an incredible shot.
It was also incredible how he looked directly into the camera during the celebration. Please tell me you saw that.
Absolutely. I mean, it was an instant meme probably within less than 60 seconds. So, yeah, I mean, perfect timing for everything. It was a very incredible moment.
You know Dame very well. What was he thinking? Like, what was going through his mind when he's like in the camera?
Honestly, in my head, it's more what he was showing is like, hey, I'm the man.
Yeah.
He's hit plenty of game winners throughout our 7 years, but the ones that people know the most about was the shot against Houston. There was 0.9 on the clock. He catches it, shoots it with 0.6, knocks it down, and we move on to the next round. And then obviously this one against OKC with all the bad blood, I guess, between the teams, and he knocks it down, and here we are going to round 2. So that incredible shot.
Yeah, then you guys play Denver. You win Game 7. What is the locker room like after that?
Oh my! So
the truth. I want the truth.
Sure. So I just remember walking into the locker room off the floor, and I was one of the first guys in. I think a few of our rookies and a couple other guys were in there. But I just remember looking around at the scene going on around me because, this is my 7th season, and, I'm very, very aware of, all of the work that's been put in from top to bottom. And I think that is truly the special part about that locker room at that time was our athletic trainers hugging somebody from management, and another person from management is, high-fiving with Coach Stotts, and the rookies are jumping around and all excited and all this. It's just the amount of pure joy that was in that locker room was truly special. That was a special series, a special night, and just an incredible feeling being a part of something that has been a long time coming, I guess I'd say, because we have had struggles and ups and downs, and yet through everything, here we are, basically the same exact team, the same exact coaching staff, same exact management, and we just found a way to get it done. So it was a very special moment.
Was it that joy that you guys had during the whole entire season that you think kind of led you to as far as you went into the playoffs this year?
Absolutely. This was a very, very special team. And there's a few reasons for that. I think because we have had adversity while also having some success, we got swept 2 years ago, and it was hard. It was very hard to face the camera and listen to what Dame and CJ had to say about it and what, how I felt about it. It wasn't easy. I mean, we got swept, but yet we found a way to get better individually, and we came back better. And not only that, but we had some things that happened throughout the season. Obviously, Nurk goes down with a horrific injury. We had a couple people on staff that got very ill. We lose our owner, who was just so incredibly passionate about the Trailblazers and about the city. And the fact that we all remained so close and we just cared so much about each other.
Did it bring you even closer?
Absolutely. The ultimate goal was simply to win. It didn't matter if I'm playing, you want your teammates to do well. The level of trust and care within our organization certainly propelled us throughout the season. And even when we had down moments, like somebody going down, the next guy stepped up. And that was, in my belief, because people stayed ready and because they just simply care. And I think good things happen to good people. And when we come through those doors every day, it's a level of true professionalism. People are there to get their work in, but they, like I said, they care about each other. You treat people with respect, and then you leave and you come back and you do it the next day. So we have a very special team, special organization, and I think that's what propelled us to win a first-round series. You know, when people, honestly, people wanted us to lose the last game of the season so we could play in a totally different series, but all of a sudden we beat OKC, and then we move on to Denver, and, you know, we win that in a game 7 that was just up and down and up and down, and it's a very special season.
So you and Dame are obviously close. You guys were drafted at the same time, same team. You guys have been together for a while now. Mm-hmm. How frustrated were you when you heard kind of the media's complaints that Dame didn't produce enough?
I was incredibly frustrated when I saw some of the negativity and people saying, oh, well, Dame's production levels aren't high enough and, you know, he's disappeared in these playoffs. Absolutely not. They couldn't be further from the truth. And here's why. I study a lot of film. And first of all, Dame gets trapped in the pick and roll. And if he manages to get around 2 guys, now he's staring at another guy on the weak side that is simply go ahead, throw it to him if you want. We're not going to let you score. So what I'm trying to say is everyone game plans for Damian Lillard. And they game plan literally to take him out of the series.
Sure.
And not only that, but the more important thing to me is his ability to lead, fight through tough times, still, even though he's getting trapped and all these things are being thrown at him, still be very successful. And it was frustrating to see that. And I took my opportunity to say that to the media when I was sitting up there next to Dame, because he had mentioned some nice things about me, and I would have said it regardless. Mm-hmm. But, you know, Dame and I are, you know, we have a great relationship, and I just wanted to back him just because I thought it was honestly ridiculous the way some people were, I guess, discounting him and saying these things, because he, from top to bottom, any way you look at it, great leader, hard worker, humble guy, family man. I mean, Dame's incredible. He really is.